Welcome back to All Things Anime X. It's me, All Things Anime X. Boy, it's been a long time since I've been on this page, but I just been getting my life together. You know how that goes. But today's video, as you guys can see, is how did I first start watching anime, and why do I continue to watch anime? So to first start out, I don't really consider Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime, but that was kind of the first type of, animated television that I like, where, with kind of supernatural powers. So it kind of had me intrigued. I further dived into it when Dragon Ball Z started to come on Nicktoons. I guess you could say that's the start, but honestly, I wouldn't count Dragon Ball Z as the first real anime, only because it came on Nicktoons. And when we think about anime, we think about Adult Swim. We think about stuff that we can't normally find on, your normal typical website or, your typical page. You have to do a lot of surfing. And back in the days when I first started watching anime, you had to chop them videos up, find them on YouTube, find different videos, have to find part 3, part 44 of episodes and fights and stuff. So I'm not sure if I would count Dragon Ball Z, but the first anime that I did watch that I truly count was Bleach. So how did I get into Bleach? Well, it's kind of a funny story. Very funny. No, I'm not saying that I'm proud of it. And no, I'm not telling anyone to follow in my footsteps into, their anime world. But here's mine. Me and one of my lifelong friends, we like to draw a lot. And, we kind of needed a vision of what we wanted to draw and how far we could go with it. So it kind of started off with, just simple kind of stuff that we see every day, Dragon Ball Z. But around where I lived at, it was a library. So we kind of started to see the manga books and, kind of like, oh, this is cool. This is kind of a cool thing to replicate, try to draw after. So that's kind of how it kind of started. But it gets deeper. So I'd like to remind everyone, at this time, I'm around 11 and 12 years old. I'm still in elementary school. So, I just want to get out the way before I say this. So we were so invested in these books. Just being at the library for a couple hours, that wasn't good enough for us. Or even renting out the books because, you have to return them after about 2 weeks, I believe. So me and my friend, we deliberately put a bunch of manga books in our bags and, pretty much stole them. And yeah, it's kind of how it all started, the real obsession of drawing and, trying to get into comic books. It all started from there. So as I mentioned, Bleach was a part of the original book that I was stealing, but it was also other books like Bakegamon and Tsubasa. Now, I never watched neither of those. I'm not even sure if they're animes. I would have to do my research, but don't quote me on that. But that's when we started to get introduced into the physique of people, the real powers, Ichigo with his big sword. I was able to see that. Able to see Orihime with her huge breasts. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And so one day, randomly, how kids are, just wake up at random times. I guess I had it on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim was following after. So I just happened to watch Bleach one day. I really wish I remember what episode it was. I can't remember. It was over 10 years ago. But all I remember was just being so hyped. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the books that we be taking. Wow. And I was super fascinated in it. And then that's how it all started. I went and searched up Bleach and was able to find it. I think it was on bleachkit.com. For those who know, that was a long time ago. That website is banned, But, yeah, I started from there. I started watching every episode, dubbed, of course. I was young. I couldn't really keep up with the subtitles, so dubbed it was. So similar to Dragon Ball Z, Bleach had its week to week on Adult Swim. So I was kind of just watching every week, stand up late, building a habit. Little did I know, building a habit of just, watching it and just falling in love with it. I became obsessed with it. So what you do when you're really obsessed with something? You have to find something to, satisfy that urge. So after this, I'm searching for different animes, different things. So that's kind of how I start to get into, further endeavoring into anime. I'm not going to get into my entire list because keep in mind, I have watched over 80 plus, 90, maybe 100, I'm not sure. But the next one I watched after Bleach was Elfen Lied. Now, if you know what Elfen Lied is, oh my gosh. It's a completely different kind of anime than Bleach. It's very gory, shows a lot of strange alien-like, things. And, that sold me. That sold me all the way. I guess I'll tell you the next one. The next one was Future Diary. Future Diary was, it just brought everything. It was like, wow, another psychopath, another love story. Like, it had all the, necessary things for a great show. And I was able to understand that at a young age. And then we entered middle school. And, other people started to have, the same interests as you. You guys started to talk amongst each other and kind of swap, ideas and swap animes. But yes, I originally started watching anime because I was stealing manga books. What a story, right? Now to why I still watch anime, it was just always something convenient to watch, Kind of wanted to be different, kind of wanted to keep going with the anime life because it was just so fascinating to me. It was so good. Like, I love supernatural stuff, but I also love things that I could feel like I could relate to. Like, even if it can't really happen in the real world, I would like to at least feel like, okay, I understand like why that world is a certain type of thing. So it was kind of like escaping reality, but also keeping my reality in check. And I think just the more that I watched different animes, the more I was open to new ideas, new type of genres. So anything anime, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be gory. It could be a mystery. It could be comedy. It could be, love, food. Pretty much anything. Like, any type of genre, I will watch it. Like, as long as it's good, I will watch it. And as we know, anime teaches real life lessons. And as I'm growing up in my early teenage years and my teenage years, they help me a lot with getting through certain obstacles, dealing with people, having restraint, showing love, showing mercy, or, revving it up, showing anger. It just showed you how to use your emotions and use your knowledge. Kind of have an inside, presence in your head. Because, anime a lot, people are always talking to themselves inside their head. So that kind of unlocked my own subconscious for myself because, on a day-to-day, you have to think, you have to be aware. And anime provides a lot of that. So many quotes that I learned over the years that I still incorporate into my day-to-day life because, like I said, it teaches real life. So many quotes, it just saved me. Saved so many relationships I had, able to allow me to grow from other relationships. And, I just have no regrets of watching anime. I'm not one of those people that make anime their entire personality, but I incorporate a lot of, my favorite characters into who I am, into my persona, you can say. So, depending on situations, I can pull from different characters to get through certain situations. Sometimes, depending on who I'm around, yes, I will Naruto run. Yes, I will perform a jutsu. Yes, I will pretend like I have a giant sword. I'm trying to slice through you. Yes, I do all those things. I love anime. Oh my gosh. Just the soundtracks, the openings, the endings, top tier. They're better than real life songs. They're better than anything. Just the melodies, all of the different instruments that are incorporated. Mwah! Chef kiss. Just a chef's kiss. That's all I can say. It sticks with you. Bleach. So many of those OSTs, they just live rent free, and I could always, kind of play them in my head just in case, I don't have anything to use. Like, back in the day, it wasn't that much access to, telephones or anything, so you could kind of just play it in your head and, daze off and have your own little world inside your head. I know that might sound crazy, but if you can't relate, then you understand why anime is so great. Thank you. See you guys soon.